Resist with a closed fist. It's time to resist. Resist, I insist, or your freedom will be missed. Ask yourself, why the world government on everybody's shit list? It's because you know we've been dissed, and we got a right to be pissed. I don't swing to the right or left. I ride with God because I'm blessed. God's gift to uplift, about to blaze a split and reminisce like Hamlet when he heard the abyss. I said it's time we resist like gorillas in the mist and fight the damn power for all freedom to exist. It's time we resist and resist with an iron fist. Resist the machine filled by greed and green. They try to pick us clean, how they get so mean. I think it's in their genes. They some strange ass beings, filthy rich elite teams, doing strange ass things. I think can't slide a hand like them David Blaines. Murder, kill to all you Jeffrey Epstein. Hella mean, cause it's money they fiend. We don't wanna join your team, we want the American dream. I don't wanna join your team, we want the American dream. We don't wanna join a team, we want the American dream. Fight the power. Fight the power. I'll ring your ear like an earring. Make your ears ring. Have you discombobulated because you can't believe what you're hearing? Make your ears ring. Make your lips sing. Make your body move from this groove you're feeling. They gave us social distance because they fear our persistence. It's gonna take persistence for our fight for existence. They gave us social distance because they fear our persistence. It's gonna take persistence for our fight for existence. Illusions are inevitable, weaving webs innumerable.
Yo, y'all know what time it is.
I'm warning you. Next time it's gonna be glass.
Shut the fuck up, sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Coffee, Bong Hits, Jessie. Yes, y'all, and it don't stop. Yes, y'all, and it don't quit. Blink. There's the logo. Now you know it's a party. Hey, look, we jumping right into some action. Hold up. Boom. The Trump people, they're talking. I can't hear the lady. Oh, what's she saying?
341,542 votes for Biden and 100,012 for Trump. There's no explanation, no logical explanation for the same numbers being injected 20 minutes apart into the machine. The software manual itself, you can download it from the internet, and I would encourage you all to read it because it specifically advertises some of these things as features of the system. Why it was ever allowed into this country is beyond my comprehension. Why nobody has dealt with it is absolutely appalling. The machines were easily accessible to hackers. There's video on the net that it will explain to you how a kid with a cell phone can hack one of these voting machines. There's been no oversight of Dominion or its software. Workers in each county were trained by Dominion, but there's no evidence of any monitoring otherwise. We have testimony of different workers admitting that they were trained how to dispose of Trump votes.
Yeah, look at Rudy sweating.
Add to Biden votes.
Ain't nobody supposed to sweat like that, Rudy, even though that light is shining right on his head.
Any number of batches of votes to the candidate of your choice or simply throw them away. So we have
Rudy looks like one of those spotlights at
mathematical
Standing
evidence
Rock.
in a number of
He's like,
states
God
of
damn, it's
massive
hot up here.
quantities of
Plus,
Trump
he's
votes
lying.
being trashed. Just simply put it in the trash like you would on your computer with any file, and Biden votes being injected. That's addition to the flipping. I mean, it really happens in two ways. There's an algorithm that runs that automatically flips all the votes, and then each operator has the ability to go in, override settings. They can ignore a signature. They can ignore the top line of the ballot. They can go down ballot and select who they want to change the results for. Mr.
Spit it out, lady.
The gentleman who founded Smartmatic, there's video of him on the internet explaining that, yes, at least one occasion, he admits they changed 1 million votes with no problem. Many of the jurisdictions that have had this problem might not have known of the issues, but many did. And I think a full-scale criminal investigation needs to be undertaken immediately by the Department of Justice.
Holy shit, I'm getting overwhelmed trying to do some things.
Equivalent Attorney General's office or state investigatory unit, because there's evidence of different benefits being provided to the people who spent $100 million of taxpayer money at the last minute for their state to get the Dominion voting systems put in time for this election in different ways. There's one person that a lawyer told me got, quote, election insurance, meaning that he would be able to make sure he was elected. I'm sure they explained that feature in detail to many people who expressed interest in putting this voting system in. Texas denied certification of the Dominion system in 2019, but there are no doubt issues with the software that Texas did use, unbeknownst to Texas, I would imagine, since they went to great trouble to examine the Dominion systems and reject them. But other software, in the source code that does the alterations is embedded, we have been told, in the source code all across the country and all the voting machines. There's no doubt it has been used to alter elections in other countries. We know specifically that Venezuela exported it for that purpose to Argentina and other Latin American companies to make sure that the corrupt rulers who were willing to pay the highest price for being in office were allowed to rig their elections. This is stunning, heartbreaking, infuriating, and the most unpatriotic
Don't start crying.
I can even imagine for people in this country to have participated in any way, shape, or form. And I want the American public to know right now that we will not be intimidated. American patriots are fed up with the corruption from the local level to the highest level of our government. And we are going to take this country back. We are not going to be intimidated. We are not going to back down. We are going to clean this mess up now. President Trump won by a landslide. We are going to prove it. And we are going to reclaim the United States of America for the people who vote for freedom.
Let Rudy talk.
How come you're not suing in the Wisconsin counties that use this? Why are you only doing a recount?
And excuse me that we're not out to the questions at this point. So excuse me, we're not at the questions at this point. My name is Jenna Ellis, and I'm the senior legal advisor to the Trump campaign. And I'd like to just explain now where we've been and where we're at and what you can expect from this process. So what you have heard, I'm sure, in the fake newspapers tomorrow will be one of two
fake
things.
Newspapers?
Either
Holy
there was
shit.
not sufficient evidence that we've presented, or we spoke too long. Okay, so what you've heard now is basically an opening statement. This is what you can expect to see when we get to court to actually have a full trial on the merits, to actually show this evidence in court and prove our case. This is not a Law and Order episode where everything is neatly wrapped up in 60 minutes. For those of you who are here in this room or have maybe tuned out in other networks, clearly you've never been court reporters.
What?
Trials take time. Putting on evidence.
Clearly, you've never been a court reporter.
An opening statement so the American people can understand what the networks have been hiding and what they refuse to cover, because all of your fake news headlines are dancing around the merits of this case and are trying to delegitimize what we are doing here. Let me be very clear. that our objective is to make sure to preserve and protect election integrity. President Trump has been saying from day one that this is about maintaining free and fair elections in this country. It is not about overturning an outcome. It is about making sure that election integrity is preserved, and every American should want that. If every American is not on board with that, you have to ask yourself why. And if your fake news network is not covering this or allowing you to cover it fairly and accurately, you should ask yourself why. This is absolutely a legitimate legal basis. We have been asked to provide an entire case that generally would take years in civil litigation. I've been a prosecutor. I have tried cases with far simpler facts. One thing happened in a matter of minutes, and it still takes days. And we go through a jury process. This is the court of public opinion right now.
This lady doesn't know what she's talking
We are not trying our case in the
about.
court of public opinion, because if we were, we would get unbiased jurors. I would strike 99% of you from the jury, and I would be allowed to because of the fake news coverage you provide. You are not unbiased jurors. And until you step out of your role as a journalist and actually go into a courtroom and you are a judge on a bench that has sworn an oath to be unbiased in our separation of powers, then your opinion does not matter. The facts matter, the truth matters. And if you are fair reporters, you will cover that fairly and appropriately, and you will allow coverage of our media team here and our legal team. That is absolutely shocking that all you cover are around the margins. And I've seen all of you taking pictures right now, and I can anticipate what your headlines are going to be. If you are not willing to talk about the evidence that has been presented,
This is mind-blowing to
then
me, by
that
the
is
way.
absolutely unacceptable for journalistic standards.
I'm so glad that we have
This
this.
is an opening statement. This is something where we have told you what the evidence will show, and we have given you a brief description. That happens in a courtroom all the time, where that's not the fact-finding process. That is just an overview. That is what we have given you today, because the American people deserve to know what we have uncovered in the last couple of weeks. Remember, this is such a short time frame. And this is an elite strike force team that is working on behalf of the president and the campaign to make sure that our Constitution is protected. We are a nation of rules, not a nation of rulers.
Look at that elite strike
There is
force
not
team.
someone that just gets to pick who the next president is outside the will of the American people. And that is our task, because when we talk about voter fraud, it's actually election official fraud. That cannot stand. The Constitution requires that the state legislatures are the ones that make election law. It still has to go by the U.S. Constitution. But what has happened in this case,
She's just
is that
making up
state
terms.
and local level officials and all the way up have changed the rules. That's what the Democrats do. If they don't like the rules, they change them. And they change them at the last minute. They manipulate them. They want to tear down our American system. Our founders were so brilliant that they anticipated this, that there would be corruption, there would be foreign influence, there would be attempts to manipulate the outcome of the election, especially with who they called our chief magistrate. I would encourage all of you to go home and actually read Alexander Hamilton's Federalist 68 and see what he described as an advocacy position to adopt and ratify the Electoral College and the process by which we select our president. We select our president through the Electoral College not because it disenfranchises voters, but because it is a security mechanism for exactly the type of corruption that we are uncovering. And every American should be grateful and thankful that our founders had the foresight to put in those protections and provisions to make sure that your legitimate legal vote is not disenfranchised. That is what we are advocating for. We want to make sure to protect election integrity. And your president, President Trump, we are so proud that he is in this fight, because he understands that when he swore his oath of office, he swore an oath to uphold and defend the United States Constitution. That is what he is doing.
Oh, yeah. What about some Joe
that is
Biden?
what we are
How
doing.
you like
We
that?
are confident that through this multiple pathway to victory, we will get to the
Oh, my
actual
God. Rudy
outcome
looks like
that
he's
the
about to
evidence
die
shows.
right there. Look.
But this is not about
Turn the camera a
overturning
little
an
bit.
election on our part. It's about making sure that we protect and preserve free and fair elections.
I just kicked the
for
flag.
all future American elections. If the United
The
States
longer-
caves to corruption or this type of
The longer
election
this lady
integrity
talks, the less chance Rudy has of making it through it.
disaster, then no election will be secure from here on out. And we all need to be keenly aware of that. We are the representatives here that are standing in this gap and defending
Look, Rudy
President
cannot
Trump
even stand
and
still.
defending you, the American people, at the end of the day. This is ultimately about the United States of America. And we want to make sure to protect and defend that. And as my colleagues have said, we will not back down. We won't be intimidated. President Trump will not be intimidated. You, the American people, should not be intimidated. You, the press, should cover this fairly and should know that this matters to election integrity and it matters to the future of our nation. So we have given you an overview, but recognize this is not a court of law. We will get there, and we have time, and we have constitutional provisions that will step in when we show the corruption and the irredeemably challenged and overturned votes that are absolutely
The irredeemably
corrupt in all of these
challenged
counties.
and overturned
It's
votes.
irredeemably compromised.
Irredeemably
We will show
compromised.
that, but you have to give us that opportunity. This has been just our
Where did
opening
that word
statement,
come from?
and we have
Irredeemably
an opportunity
compromised.
to get there, and we have time, and we will do that. This is the United States of America, and we stand proudly for President Donald J. Trump. Thank you.
The world is watching this. I have gotten multiple emails from people in other countries who watch the same pattern happen there. We have witness testimony that the same things were done in those countries as this was exported from Venezuela and by Maduro and by Mr. Chavez and by Cuba. And of course, we know China also has a substantial presence in Venezuela and substantial interest in making sure that President Trump does not continue in office. This is the consummate foreign interference in our election in the most criminal way you can possibly imagine. It must be shut down. We know, for example, that one of the Dominion's highest level employees or officers went to Detroit himself to man the Detroit Operations Center, where he could watch the votes coming in real time and decide what file folder in the system to put those votes into. That's why you see massive spikes after hours when people were told that all the votes were in and all the votes were counted. Many Dominion employees have already reached out to us to tell us the truth. They are Americans who want to ensure election integrity like we do. I would encourage every Dominion or Smartmatic employee who is fed up with the corruption in this country to come forward as soon as possible, because these are serious federal offenses that I am confident the Department of Justice will begin to seek off in very short order if they are not already.
This is so crazy. Come on, Rudy. Yeah.
A few questions?
Yeah, Mayor Giuliani, this sort of reminds us 30 years ago, they had federal judges doing consent decrees over elections. You had a federal judge overseeing the election booths, this is old Chicago days. Will you be asking that in Georgia, where you have two Senate races, to have the U.S. District Court judges and federal authorities monitoring the election?
I can't say what's going to be done about.
Every county have sort of a Operation Gray
I'm
Lord.
sorry, I didn't. In what county?
County, Pennsylvania, and
Yes.
Atlanta, there's sort of an Operation Gray Lord
Mhm.
going on. I don't know if you were
Yep.
informed of that.
I know about it. I really can't give you an opinion on that. I think obviously every election official should learn something from this and be very, very careful with the next election. I know this is a lot of information that we've given you, probably because we're frustrated with what we keep reading and hearing in the censored press, which is that we have no evidence, we have no specifics, we have no backup for what we're saying, and you largely ignore the affidavits that are filed. Whether you agree or disagree with an affidavit, it's evidence. You can't say, you're just lying to the American people when you say there's no evidence. Sydney was giving you information that come from affidavits from other people that are given under oath. I was explaining things to you from affidavits that come from other people, American citizens, who swear under oath that they saw 100,000 ballots come in and that they were all for Joe Biden. And that I should point out, now that Sydney has spoken, that those happened just around the time that the Dominion or Smartmatic people called a halt to the election. And then you can also trace it with a very big spike in the vote count at exactly that time. So what we're telling you is supported by evidence. And we're going to have to present these because of the procedures that exist according to the different voting laws of the different states. For example, you asked us about Wisconsin. We have to first create a contest in Wisconsin before we can move to bringing a fulsome federal lawsuit. The contest, from everything I can see, is going to overturn the vote because it's going to show somewhere around 100,000 illegal ballots in 2 counties that Biden carried by 75, 80%. And you know how close Wisconsin is. And what I'm talking about is the absentee ballots for which there were no applications. And that's not just a small matter. The reason for the application and the reason to keep all these things together is precisely to avoid what the Democrats did in this election, which is to misuse the absentee ballot.
If Rudy Giuliani walked up to me and told me my name was Jessie, I would know that my name was not Jessie.
Instead of asking me, are we going to bring a lawsuit in Wisconsin, which we will if we have to, you should have asked me, and you should be more astounded by the fact that our votes are counted in Germany and in Spain by a company owned by affiliates of Chavez and Maduro. Did you ever believe that was true? Did any of you here believe that that was possible?
If he says 5G caused COVID, that'll be my bingo card.
Oh, if we're going to have time to develop all that in time to fill the requirements of all these cases. We have enough evidence without that to overturn this election. We have it from the affidavits of American citizens. But that's a matter of national security that we're talking about now. Very, very serious matter of national security. Please don't make light of it. And don't act like you knew it. Don't act like it isn't a surprise. If that's not a headline tomorrow, then you don't know what a headline is. There isn't a single person in this country that would have believed that we have states that are stupid enough to have our vote sent out of this country. You couldn't possibly believe that the company counting our vote with control over our vote is owned by 2 Venezuelans who were allies of Chavez, are present allies of Maduro, with a company whose chairman is a close associate and business partner of George Soros, the biggest donor to the Democrat Party, the biggest donor to Antifa, the biggest donor to Black Lives Matter. My goodness, what do we have to do to get you to give our people the truth? Yes.
Thank you, Giuliani. My name is Liz Willis with RSPN. Some on this legal team have mentioned before that people close to the Trump campaign are pressuring them to drop the investigation into Dominion. Can you go further into detail and tell us specifically who those people are? Also, if it's possible, can you tell us if they work with some of our powerful defense groups in the United States, such as the CIA?
Look. Okay,
The last
this
part
question,
was, do they work
Right Side Broadcasting, that's who the lady just said she was from.
The CIA.
That's why I just brought that.
I'm in charge of
that.
this
Look at the
investigation.
bottom.
with
That's RSB.
Sydney and the people that you see here. There's been no pressure to stop investigating Dominion. In fact, there's pressure to go as fast as we can. I mean, I think there was uniform shock when we first heard it. I think when I first heard it, I didn't believe it until Sydney showed me the documents. And in fact, I feel kind of stupid, and you all should, because all you had to do is go online and find out that Smartmatic is
He's
owned
about
by
to die right
Venezuelans
now,
close
Josh. He's
to
not going to make it
Chavez.
through these lights.
You can Google it. Well, unless they take it down. I preserved it, so you can find it. Not, and by the way, the Coomer character, who is close to Antifa, took off all of his social media. But we kept it.
We've got it. We kept it.
The man is a vicious, vicious man. He wrote horrible things about the president. He is completely biased. He's completely warped.
Remember, 25 minutes.
He specifically says that they're going to fix this election. I don't know what you need to wake you up to do your job and inform the American people, whether you like it or not, of the things they need to know. This is real. It is not made up. It is not, there's nobody here that engages in fantasies. I've tried 100 cases. I prosecuted some of the most dangerous criminals in the world. I know crimes. I can smell them. You don't have to smell this one. I can prove it to you 18 different ways.
Wow.
I can prove to you that he won Pennsylvania by 300,000 votes. I can prove to you that he won Michigan by probably 50,000 votes. When I went to bed on election night, he was ahead in all those states, every single one of those states. How is it they all turned around?
How do you not understand this?
Or is it more consistent that there was a plan to turn him around? And since there are witnesses who say there was a plan to turn him around, and it kind of begs credulity to say that it all happened in every single state, my goodness, this is how you win cases in a courtroom.
This is literally designed to trick stupid people. I have no idea what that question was.
Our goal here is to go around the iron curtain of censorship. That what publication are you with?
Whoa.
Is to go around the outrageous iron curtain of censorship and get facts to the American people that if you were a fair and honest network, you'd have been reporting for the last 2 weeks. These are facts.
Hey, someday Rudy's going to go, what
these
network are
really
you from?
And
one of our reporters is going to go,
these
fuck
affidavits
12
are
News.
really part of the public record. You're concealing them. You're covering them up. And our role here is to do your job because you don't do it. Chanel?
Where is our FBI? And have they expressed any interest whatsoever
Whoa.
in looking into allegations of voter fraud and election fraud that you have pointed out in these 6 states?
Come on, you have to have a little humor.
Holy shit. They're laughing.
Where are
Humor.
you, FBI?
This is funny.
I don't know where the FBI has been for the last 3 years. I have no idea where the FBI has been for the last 4 years. Explain to me how the FBI concealed a memo.
I had a whole show planned for today, but
of Brennan.
There's nothing as insane as what we could be watching right now.
That Hillary basically made up the Russian collusion plot. They withheld that
so
for
crazy.
4 years and cost our country $40 million and 2 impeachment, one attempted, one actual, and then an acquittal.
Rudy reminds me of Stan's grandpa on South Park when he goes, damn it, Billy.
10 months ago.
Talking.
There are clear crimes revealed on it. Didn't do anything with that. I don't know where they are now. Our country has had its ballots counted, calculated, and manipulated in a foreign country with a company controlled by friends of an enemy of the United States. What do we have to do to get the FBI to wake up? Maybe we need a new agency to protect us. I have no idea.
If I may speak for just a minute, in terms of the level of corruption we are looking at here,
not this lady again.
How many Republican or Democratic candidates in any state across the country paid to have the system rigged to work for them? These people didn't do this just to take control. They make one heck of a lot of money off of it. Think about the global interests behind your own news organizations. Think about the pressure being brought to bear.
I can't wait till the one day they say,
media
hey, what news company are you from?
Speech on any challenge to the election. This is a massive, well-funded, coordinated effort to deprive we the people of the United States of our most fundamental right under the Constitution to preserve this republic that we all cherish. It is of the greatest concern. It is the it is the 1775 of our generation and beyond.
I love how they got 3 flags. You like America? Do you like one American flag? You're gonna love 2. Hey kids,
That is
bet you
true.
didn't think we'd
It is
stop
somehow
there. If
related
you
to
order
this,
right now, we'll
but I
give you
do not
3
know whether
American
good guys got it
flags.
or bad guys got it.
Whoa. Rudy's about to die. Nobody told Rudy to stop
I
wiping his
can only hear
damn
one
face.
person at the time. I'm going to take the one with the hands raised.
He's literally
Yes.
just leaking
So question for you.
coronavirus right now.
On the issue of the machines, do you plan to have, are you seeking a court order to either seize or subpoena or just to gain access to any of these machines in any of these Kentucky districts? Have you begun that process? And when should we expect a timeline on that? And then for you, Mr. Mayor, you mentioned.
Yo, that's the sunrise though. That's the better door.
Overvoting. Where can we learn more about this? You're saying 150, 200%?
Up to 350% in some places.
Where would we get access to that data? And then to what extent were those people who showed up to vote in person? Because in Michigan, for example, they did allow same-day registration.
Yes, well, the same-day registration causes problems with the vote signature and the registration itself. That's a whole different system that makes it impossible really to validate the signature.
The president has
One
like the
person could
crappiest
sign
gang.
the same name. I mean, I could sign John Smith, I could sign K Smith, I could sign, on both things and run 50 ballots that way. And we've got some evidence of that being done as well.
That's why we're watching it, Sarah, because people are really going to believe this. This is unfreaking believable.
We have now
dude, everywhere in the country.
Done.
This
One
has
for
been
Pennsylvania,
dismissed.
one for
But these guys are acting like they haven't been rejected from every court.
One for Wisconsin. We're in the process. Oh, I'm sorry, Georgia. We're in the process of doing the others. I'll check to see if it's appropriate for us to make it public.
Well,
I imagine it is, but you could actually do it.
Yeah.
You could do it yourself.
A lot of the analysis comes from the real-time data that came through to the news medias the night and following the election. And some entrepreneurs out there have started crunching data themselves, in addition to multiple experts who could easily recognize, with the mathematical brain that I do not have, the beyond explicable deviations to the point of mathematical impossibility that 186,000 votes come in at once, all for Joe Biden. That's like flipping a coin 186,000 times and it lands on heads every time. That does not happen. There is no reasonable explanation for the upshoots, the straight lines up. I'm not even talking about an angle. I'm talking about some massive straight lines up in the vote tallies in the middle of the night after they've supposedly stopped counting. And that's when the Dominion operators went in and injected votes and changed the whole system. And it affects votes around the country.
Don't start crying again, lady.
And all kinds of massive interests of globalist dictators, corporations, you name it. Everybody's against us except President Trump and we the people of the United States of America.
Oh my God!
Ready for this. I mean, Americans should be astonished at what you're saying here today. Is the country on the verge of an electoral breakdown?
We've already had it.
Dude, these reporters are plants.
Electoral breakdown. But
look at the website that they're broadcasting from. Right Side Broadcasting.
Another election conducted in this country. I don't care if it's for local dog catcher, using a Dominion machine and Smartmatic software. We've got to have an American company that uses paper ballots that we can all verify, so every one of us can see that our vote is our vote.
Why are you not requesting recounts in Wisconsin counties that use it? You're requesting recounts in 2 counties that don't use the software at all.
Because this case is not only about, remember, this case didn't begin with Dominion. This case began, and this case can be proven the old-fashioned way. It can be proven based on just good old-fashioned democratic tactics that go back to Mayor Daley in the 1960s, when he held the vote back in Chicago so that he could elect John F. Kennedy. Or as recently as last year, when they held the vote back in Palm Beach County and Broward County in order to see if they could steal that election for the Senate and governor, and then got caught manufacturing ballots. Democrats have been doing this for years on a small scale. When they passed the mail-in voter statute, which all of a sudden multiplied by 10 times the number of mail-in votes, they realized they could have a field day. They could do precisely what Jimmy Carter.
Okay, look, I'm going to turn Rudy down just a tiny bit, and I'm going to tell you guys something. Hold on.
All you have to do is own an election board, and you can get away with it. And unlike what
hey, look, so check it out. These reporters right here are from, it's look at the RSB on the bottom left, right? So on this show, check it out, yo. On this show, we try not to like watch the news as much as we try to watch the news, right? If that makes sense. Let me just mute Rudy real quick, because I want to tell you guys something. I want to tell you guys something really, really. I don't want to freaking pause that. I want to mute it. Hold on. Okay, look. So, because I still want to watch Rudy sweat, but I want to tell you guys something. So I looked it up and I was like, what is this RSB? What is this right side broadcasting, right? So I figured it out. Right Side Broadcasting is a conservative American news and opinion media company founded by Joe Seals. It is best known for its Donald Trump rally live streams on YouTube. So then I was like, well, wait a minute. What does that mean? So I Googled who Joe Seals is, and I found this article from almost exactly 4 years ago. And Joe Seals was a stay-at-home dad between jobs. Then he started watching Donald Trump speeches. Seals is the CEO of Right Side Broadcasting Network, a website best known for its YouTube channel, which has hosted feeds of almost every single Trump rally, town hall, or public appearance since 2015. So this is so crazy. Let me get out of there because it's just gonna, damn, just that link to his story was giving me crap. But so this is just a dude's YouTube channel, and they're making, oh shit, breaking news. They're starting sweeps of Laurelhurst right now. Let's see if we can get that on Twitter real quick. Let's see if we can find a live stream on Twitter. There's the breaking news from that's Ashanti, one of our Fuck 12 reporters. Look, we're doing the same thing, but Rudy Giuliani is on the most. Let's just get rid of Rudy, can we? No more Rudy. All right, look. All he's going to do is just keep talking and getting setup questions. So, yo, let's just bring in Dirty Black real quick. Yo, what time is it, G?
Hey, man, that Joe Seals sounds like a real winner.
Yeah, so he just started live streaming every single Donald Trump speech, and now that's the only network that Rudy Giuliani and those ladies can get on. Man, that was crazy. I had a whole show planned today. Hey, I'm gonna ask you right now. When you were a kid, did you have a lot of babysitters, man?
No, none whatsoever.
Man, when I was a kid, I ain't even lying. My parents would need a babysitter, and they would just look in the nickel ads. You know what nickel ads is?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like the Oregonian classifieds. And they would just have an ad that was like, we'll babysit your kids. It didn't say not a creeper. It didn't say we're cool. It didn't say we have a certification. Just we are in the nickel ads. And my mom would just call and be like, you babysit kids right now? And they'd be like, yeah, we got you. And she'd be like, all right, I'm dropping them off. And then they would just drop me off with these random. Look, nowadays, you wouldn't even do a Craigslist ad to sell a bike to these people, right? And my mom would just drop me off at these places. And man,
80s was a different time period, man. The 80s were a different time period. You know?
Man,
stuff was cool back then, though. You know, stuff was a lot slower also. You know, were you in Oregon?
Yeah, we lived in Portland. Yeah, we lived in the numbers.
Yeah, so you know, it was a lot safer back then, at least. I go find as many creepers.
Yeah, let me see. Okay, I just popped this up. Okay, we found a Twitter feed.
Wasn't until the Miranda Gaddis situation, right, that people started really getting hip.
So what I wanted to talk about today was how bad the kids at those houses were, man. Like, if you got babysat, these kids would be like, "What toys do you got?" They would just play with your toys, and the people were all creepy. Okay. So we're looking for it. So for those who don't know, in Portland, Oregon, there's a giant park in the middle of some rich people's houses, and it's turned into a huge homeless camp. Oh shit! People are stinging on. Oh, we gotta retweet this. Retweet if your mayor sucks. Yeah, we're gonna get that retweet. Okay, what are you doing? What's up with you today? What are you smoking? Hey, what's everybody smoking? Damn, I'm having trouble keeping up.
I'm smoking on the Funyuns. This is that Trap Kitchen. Trap Kitchen times Private Reserve. This is that stuff that Cool Nuts put out with the Trap Kitchen. And I just saw that Cool Nuts and them just put out that they're giving away Thanksgiving turkeys for families in need with CJ McCollum. And so I thought that was slick. Yeah. So shout out Trap Kitchen and Cool Nuts and CJ McCollum, man. They're always doing it big. I know that there's a flyer. I'll share the flyer or whatever. I'll send it to you too, so you can share it.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope that we have a little outlet for you to plug that, even though we don't really have that many listeners yet. Yo, G, this shit is almost built though. Holy shit, I ain't even told people. Look, you inspire me because you just always in front of that green screen. I'm gonna paint my whole entire office, just everything, the hallways, the bathroom. Like you'll be able to take a dump on Mars. Everything in the green screen. So I'm still trying to find some Twitter shit. All right. So yeah. Hey Lonnie, you already knew the question before I even asked it. Let me find it. What's everybody smoking on this morning? What are you smoking this morning? Yeah, that's what I want to know at this point. All right. So I left my pipe at Ashanti's house last night, so I don't have a pipe with me, and I still had to come to your house. Do you know what a terrible person I feel like that I still haven't made it over to get that? Oh my gosh, hold on.
You know what's crazy? Is I have two of them sealed, and they're different. They're a different what would you say? A different setup.
Yeah, that one's unique.
I'm excited to see them. They're still in the package, so I'm not opening them until you come. I will not know the contents of this package until you come over.
I will get over there super soon. Man, I've been putting in literally like 18-hour days on my phone. So it's dangerous for me to drive anywhere because I'm on my phone. Look, I'm working so hard. that's the cool thing about the coronavirus is you can start being on your phone when you drove again. But now there's too many people on the road again, so you can't do that shit. Man, we need to go back to that. Those are the good old days.
It's shutting down again, so we're headed back to exactly that.
Man,
they're talking about that they were expecting thousands back on unemployment as of this week with the new shutdowns coming. I just saw that headline.
Man, I still haven't gotten $1 from my unemployment, man, going back all the way to April.
Well, hopefully that kicks in. They kick you down the full amount. And then
there ain't no reason not to. There ain't been no reason not to, man. I just report every other week. I report for 2 weeks. It's crazy. In Hawaii, they make you report for 2 weeks and every other week, but then you got to file 2 weeks in a row at the same time. It's like, I don't understand why you do it that way, but whatever. So, look, I'm smoking on some Blackberry Fire from the blue shelf. I bought a whole 8 for $12, and it's good.
Oh, I love Blackberry.
It's
Blackberry is one of my favorites. It's always so frosty, robust, dark green.
Yo, look, figure 8's on some real player shit, man.
Always.
Look, figure 8.
Shout out Jimbo.
Yeah, instead of ringing the doorbell, did you just like tell Jimbo you're at his house? Like, what was this? Yeah, yeah. Hey, they're gonna need a new Rudy Giuliani because Rudy's about to die, man.
You know I'm down. I'm big in Regina, Saskatchewan. Shout out Figure 8 for recognizing that.
Yeah.
Well, I got one friend.
Have you ever been to Canada?
Shout out Logan. Yes, I have. I've been to White Salmon. Is that right? I'm good. Got some province.
Canada?
Yeah.
That sounds like every town in Canada. Oh shit, man! Why were we watching Rudy? Gee, we could have been on some real player shit.
What is it?
Damn, SpaceX. Man, slipping. Hold up. Give me 5 seconds.
SpaceX is doing the big stuff. Did you see the headline the other day? They said that they were going to pick an all-women crew to send to Mars because they wanted to make sure that they weren't going to be, fornicating in the space shuttle. And a lot of people were like, "Ooh, I don't think you thought that through." Look at this.
Hey, maybe they just don't want floating gooberries, man.
Ooh, I think I don't want reproduction. SpaceX Crew Dragon. The Dragon. You know what that symbolizes?
Hey, look, is that the flat Earth right there?
No, that's a curvature. They're showing a good curve right there. What I will say,
maybe they're looking at it from straight above, right? Like if it was just like a picnic plate. Like plate.
No, I don't think so. This is a good window. I love how the window is shaped, just like one that you'd have on your airline.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, so yeah, that's the top slider down part.
So right there. Just close that one out. I'm gonna go to sleep and take a nap.
Yo, what other show can you watch a Rudy Giuliani press conference where he's literally dying right in front of you? Then you can watch a SpaceX mission, and you can watch Dirty Black smoke dabs from Cool Nuts. That's insane.
It is. I love how they always have like the piece of architecture like sticking out too. So they face the camera so that it's right off of the wing, so you can see just that little piece of wing every time. It's a couple of pieces of conduit.
Hey, here's your reminder. If you need the latest and edgy space gear so that you can go to outer space, Stand Up and Fight Back has a collection of space helmets, rocket jetpacks, moon boots, thermal gloves like giant pot holders, but they're silver. And here's a reminder that you should go to urbansurvivorman.com and get a shirt so we can boom, boom, boom. In a zoom. And do the kids still say that, man? Do the kids still say boom, zoom, in the boom, boom?
And boom, boom. No, I think that was a small piece in history where anyone said that. That was just a short period of time. And then it's replicated every once in a while at school dances in elementary school. Do you know what the dragon is? What does the dragon symbolize?
Man, it seems like some devil shit. The lizard people, the reptiles, the serpent.
Dragon.
They're gonna go to Mars. They
call Lucifer the dragon, don't they? I believe Lucifer is the dragon.
Man, they call them all kinds of dope shit.
They do. They got some names for that.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? They want you to think that the Bible talk shit about the devil, but you're like, actually, they say really cool shit about the devil. Actually, they say more cool shit about the devil in that book than anywhere. And then you look outside your window and you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe the Bible is really just a way for the devil to sneak into these people's hearts. And now he's controlling them all. And that's why they're all voting for the damn president. Like, tell me what makes more sense, man, that all these people, that Donald Trump is really a physically fit angel from heaven, or that the devil crept into those people's lives. And then you like how the devil creep into their lives. Man, through the Bible, that's the only book that even talks about the devil. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, what if?
Damn.
What if? That'd be a real convenient way.
There's
right?
a lot of Metallica CDs that lead you to the devil. You got to watch out for Metallica.
Man. They got you eating Jesus's body. What is that all about?
That's good zombie
shit. Yeah, hey, you're a crowd favorite.
Thanks.
All right, let me take Let me take this part off. Okay, look, those guys just sitting there in space, not doing nothing. How boring. They're probably playing
They mainly just float right out there. I mean, what do you do in the airplane though? You just fucking stare down at the plots of land, at the farms.
Okay, look, I'm still looking for a live stream from Laurelhurst. But in the meantime, it's so crazy. Oh, dudes. Oh man, I want to show you guys something fucking nuts, but
I've tried to watch those NASA feeds where they have the satellite or whatever, and they always have these weird series of beeps. And be like bloop, 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 bloop. And then all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, I'll just wake up and drool.
Whoa, hold on. Look, somebody took the screenshot of Rudy. Hold on, I gotta show everybody. Let me figure out my technology real quick. Let me drop that. Okay, right on, Ashanti. Let me I gotta show you guys this picture of Rudy real quick. Bloom. Shit, man. Sorry. Right here. Okay. So either that's hair dye or Rudy's in big trouble. I don't know what's going on there. You guys see that? Rudy's leaking out the face. Rudy is leaking.
That's the same. That looks like a RoboCop. It's not Rudy. That's that dude when they took off the head and he was just sitting there. That's that oil dripping.
Okay, let me see if I can.
He's got a perm.
I'm gonna try to copy this. I don't think I can copy this comment.
Can you double that with the RoboCop so we can see that side by side?
You know what? I don't think I could do that.
That'd be hard to do. So
how could I do that? How could I? Man,
because I mean that is damn near spot on. If somebody needs to meme that almost immediately.
I don't know how to do that. We don't know if that's blood or if that's hair dye. It's above his head, so he might have I don't know. He might just have like an old lizard scab. You know, this time of year, those lizards people, their skin gets really dry. Okay.
Word on the street is we've got a product coming for that, for the lizard skin.
Hey, look, this is serious.
It looks serious. They got it all ratted out.
Hey, I don't know if you guys have seen the crazy kill list that's going around the internet. I don't want to give it any energy, but that's crazy.
You know what's really crazy about it is that kill list is actually the same list as the flight log on the Epstein Island. Bazanga.
Man, we gotta shit, man. I can't find. Well, so if anybody's out and about, apparently there's sweeps going on at damn. Oh shit, hold on.
Hey guys.
Are they still repping Trump fans?
Can they hear us on the stream? I guess not. I don't think so. That's not cool.
Possibility that 186,000 votes coming in at once, all for Joe Biden. That's like flipping a coin 186,000 times. It lands on the
fucking Brady's hair dye dripping down his face.
There is no reasonable explanation for the upshoots.
I can't believe that that's what our country has come down to. Is that lady? Oh look, Greg's kids. I'm not gonna put them on my
kind of always been like that. You know, to be real honest, it was always kind of some sucker shit up there on the podium.
Man, hey, it's so crazy. I feel like the show barely even got started, and now it's over.
Time flies. It seems I always feel like it's a short period of time. We get on here, we start kicking it.
Man,
start telling people how it is.
I can't believe you never had to kick it with babysitter kids. Yo, who broke your toys then when you were a kid?
I grew up on a farm, so it was mainly horses.
Like animals chewing up your toys.
It was a damn shame. It was a damn shame. I used to show miniature ponies. It was a good time.
What?
It was a good time. Yeah, but I was a pinto horse national champion. Canadian U.S. national champion 4 times. Yeah, defending U.S. national champion.
For miniature ponies?
I was the youngest.
The national champion of showing miniature ponies?
Correct. And I was the youngest kid to finish a Supreme National Championship with a pony 13 hands or under. Ooh, 13. It's a lot.
Really? I don't even know what that means, man.
Yep. I've got the proof. I've got the buckles. I've got the championship trophies. They're all put away. My mom used to have them proudly on display. Rest her soul.
Hey, you know about the movement?
Gang. No.
Hey, yo, it's Jessie Sponberg. I'm rocking with the movement. You can too. Every Sunday night, 10 p.m. only on KBOO, KBOO 90.7. Man. And we blew right through the stop sign and we forgot about Red Panda taking 4 balls to the head. But, and nothing we could do about that except we could fight.
I'm warning you. Next time it's gonna be glass.
You make a hell of a Bruce.
I can't believe I gave up that life, man. It was all I was looking for.
You could play him in the autobiography
of me playing him, playing me in an app. I'm gonna win an award for that, and I'm gonna be the first in the nation for an app 13 hands and under. Whose hand?
That's good stuff.
Whose hands?
That's good stuff. What?
Whose hands?
I don't know. I think it's the king's hands. It's the king's foot. I know that much.
Crazy. You think the king would have better shit to do than walk around measuring shit for everybody? All right, G. Hey, I'm a slide, man. I got so much work to do. Hey, we're close. We're close, player. But here's a reminder. I'm actually co-guest hosting the movement 2 Sundays from now. So tune into that shit. And,
is it the 23rd?
I have no idea, bro. I had to check twice what month it was.
Really? I'm pretty sure you're interviewing me on that episode.
Super dope. I'll be super dope. I'll figure it out. We'll have my people call your people.
Boom.
All right. Remember, guys, if I don't say Audi 5000, that means the monkeys with herpes stole my phone, and that's not fresh. All right. 5,000 G's.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight.